Hi guys. As you've heard, my name is Norbert Mburu. I come to you guys from an organization called After Six. After Six is it's a marketing services agency. But within that, we do quite a number of things. So we service our clients through three arms. We have a creative and digital background, but with time as well, we've also developed expertise around below the line marketing, or what some will call experiential marketing. For those who are not familiar with it, that's stuff around brand activations and also around events. And we also have two more arms. One that focuses on technology, so building technology, specifically marketing technology, and the final arm for us being sports marketing. So I think in terms of the story of actually pivots, a lot of these arms for us have been, we didn't start out with that structure from the jump. A lot of these things have been coming to us as we've gone along. We started out with creative. Creative actually was the initial beginning for the company. So just work around design, advertising here and there. Branding was a big part for us. Our first pivot was actually into digital marketing. I think it was something we were touching bits on very at the very beginning of the organization, but about 2-3 years in, I'd say we fully pivoted into digital. Fast forward, I think this was towards in 2018. In 2018 is when we first interacted. We started interacting with stuff around events. At that point, we had a partnership with Homeboys, so we were able to have a lot of visibility around stuff around BTL, stuff around events, just what it involves in setting up and pitching for those jobs, getting those jobs. What does it take to deliver those jobs? So there was a trigger to our pivot. We got a new partner into the business. This was at the beginning of 2019. They came in, and that's the point actually where we started. We properly now invested into now going into BTL marketing. That is below the line. Sorry, sometimes we assume everybody knows these words that we keep using. So that's when we fully invested into below the line marketing, and we also fully invested in sports marketing. Fast forward to 2020, I think that was a crazy year for all of us. But the primary challenge for us in that year was, again, everything you're doing around on ground, basically anything on ground, everything that involves interaction with people was naturally affected. So for us, again, we had to figure out how do we figure this out? How do we innovate around this particular problem? How do we sustain the resources, the human resources specifically that we had acquired for this particular arms? And so there was a lot of that restructuring. Unfortunately, we had to let go of a few guys. The two key things I can say we did was innovating around the existing spaces. So we did a lot of work. We still went back to our clients. We actually still managed to do quite a bit of on-ground activations last year with some of our clients. We did some events, but they were actually, so you have to figure out a lot around the COVID concerns in terms of spacing, privacy, the audience, the crowd you're able to have in those events. From a sports side, we embarked fully on trying to hold virtual events. We were actually set to hold a virtual version of the marathon. This is something that had never been done before in the history of that marathon. So we had to figure out a lot of those elements. We were not able to hold it last year. We're intending to actually hold it this year. So a lot of that, again, now was just innovating around that particular problem. But I'd say the key pivot we actually now did in 2020 was also now flexing our skill sets, specifically around technology. I think technology became a big deal for everybody. And I personally became invested and ran that particular unit. And for a fact, like the second half of last year became very busy all of a sudden, just because of that, of this one new pivot that we did.